Any phone calls I have with people nowadays, I record them.
That's fine by me.
Yeah, cool, man. I don't intend to post it, but sometimes crazy things happen, and I just try to always record calls nowadays, man.
Hey, bro, let me tell you like this. Anything I say, you can post.
Yeah,
Because when I say I stand on 10 toes down.
well, that's one thing I know about you.
And yeah, I posted on Facebook today, and I left a message on. Let's get together, Bernie, and do a live, and let's talk about actual issues rather than a lot of hyperbole and a lot of he said, she said, because everybody's got something vested in this, except for the people that's doing the talking. I don't have a job with any of them, so it doesn't make me a difference. You don't have a job with any of them, so it theoretically shouldn't make you any difference. So let's talk about the real issues of the things that's going on. And in a time like we in right now, it's more important to come together. You're a journalist. You're a journalist. I'm not. You got a platform. So do I. Your platform reaches a different audience than my platform. And we both know that what's going on in Lynn Haven, it done got out of control. And so instead of people saying this or saying that, let's talk about it in an open forum, and let's be honest. Let's take out Jesse Nelson. Let's take out Vicky Gaynor. Let's take out James Finch. Let's just talk about the issues that are there. Because there's a lot of lies being spread about everybody. And you know that as well as I do, Bernie.
Yeah, the only difference is I don't lie about you, and I don't lie about any people, man. I mean, I'm critical of public officials, and I'll continue to be, but I don't go on little podcasts that are funded by Sheriff Ford's people and say that Tony Bostick is profiting from featuring racist posts, and I don't say Tony Bostick is calling for public hangings of black people. I mean, my God, the shit you guys were saying about me on that show was unbelievable, Tony.
Okay,
it's like bad faith.
Bernie, what did we say about you? Now, and I'm being for real.
Yeah.
Let's be full disclosure.
Well, let's
what did you think issue is?
Yeah, I'll give you one. I'll give you one. These guys on the podcast funded by Sheriff Ford's financiers, what they said was that I featured, and you said yes, he did, that I featured a racist post calling for public hangings of black people, and that I make money off of it. That's what you said.
I didn't say you made money, but you did allow it to be shared on your platform.
What do you mean? What do you mean I allowed it to be shared, Tony?
Are you the manager of the Bernie?
Only one. I'm the only one.
So you just give a pass to anybody to post on there?
Anybody can anybody can comment on my page unless I block them.
Okay, that's fine. Now, do you review that stuff before it goes out?
No. What do you mean before it goes out? I make a post and then people comment in real time. Mm-hmm. In this particular case, I was driving back the next morning from the meeting, and Eric Garman said, "Did you see the post where somebody said make public hangings great?" I think that's what Vicky Gaynor referred to today at the meeting. And I said, no, I didn't see that post. So I came back to the office that morning, and I screenshotted the post. I blocked the guy. I put the post on its own post. I made a post, and I said, if you talk like this and promote violence and racism, I will block your ass just like I blocked this guy. But you went on the 850 podcast, and you didn't correct those fucking guys who accused me.
I didn't know you had blocked them.
Shit, Tony. You think I'm going to promote racism? Tony, I'm the only guy in this town that stands up for black people, and I can't get anybody to have my back. Sometimes I look around and say, where's Tony Bostick? I sure would like to have Tony here when Panama City Beach says black people can't use the fucking restroom. Tony, I'm the one guy. One guy who stands up against this shit. And to hear you on there with these little fucking punks talking like that, that's bullshit, Tone.
You mad at me because I went on that podcast.
I'm not mad at you that you went on a podcast. I'm mad at you that you let them lie about me. You know damn well I don't profit on racism.
Well, I didn't. That's the reason I didn't comment on whether you profit or not, because I don't know.
All right.
So my thing is, I will go on, I will go live like I always do, and I'll say, you know what? I have no evidence that Bernie Thompson profits from what he does or what he says.
You have evidence that I stand up against that kind of shit, and that I don't talk about people. They talk about me, but I talk about what's going on in government.
You got, there's only 2 platforms in Bay County right now that really has a outstanding gathering and a wide following. And let's be real. It's yours, the Bernie Thompson Show, and the 850 podcast. Why don't y'all, you and Ron Keel, and I had a conversation with Ron Keel the other day, and I told him, I said, let me tell you what, continue to do what you're doing. You are a journalist. Continue to do what you're doing, but make sure that you spread the truth and you're not biased one way or the other. Let the facts stand on their own. And I offer you the same advice, Bernie, to do the same, because there's a lot of people on there. Like right now, you are really going all in with the support for James Finch. Now, I don't have anything personal against James Finch other than the fact that I can show where he's gained over $100 million in the last 20 years throughout Bay County, and where all of his work has been substandard. Now, he's money talks, and everything else takes a long walk off a short pier, as you well know. Now, with that being said, is that somebody you want to be tied to? And then when people say something about it, you take offense when you know what
I don't take offense to that, Tony, because I know what James Finch has done. I don't take offense to that. No, I don't have thin skin. What I'm saying is, people like, look, first of all, Ron Keel has very little audience, and he's just a dabbler. And over 15 years, I've come across many of these, and I don't give them any pay. I don't pay them any attention. Tony, the last thing I'm interested in at all with you or with Ron or anybody is having a swinging dick contest on social media. People just come and go. Pretty soon people said, Bernie, all you talk about is Mike Thomas. All you talk about is Congressman Alan Boyd. All you talk about is Mark Sheldon. Well, now it happens to be this issue. It's whatever issue's hot that I care about, Tony. And Ron Keel, look, Ron Keel, I've done more for that guy. You talk about the weirdest thing ever, man. I mean, you don't sit with those guys and think they're a little off. I mean, I've done more for that guy, and for him to be paid by Tommy Ford's, Chris Kramer Chevrolet, it's just the latest version of, silly Bernie or real Bernie Thompson. It's just counter up, man. You're on the side of big government right now, and keep doing what you're doing, but I'm not going to participate in it.
Think about 25 years ago when you was on the radio.
Well, it wasn't that long ago, but yeah, I started in 2007. Yep.
Yeah, I'm just, throwing a number at it.
Fair.
20 years ago when you were on the radio. Think about the audience you had. Think about the impact you made. Think about the truth to power that you spoke. And then to see you turn to where you pretty much, and I'm not saying that this is your intent, Bernie, I'm just saying you pretty much do the bidding of the knuckleheads.
Well, and that's what everybody always says about me. Everybody always says that about me, and I can't do anything about that. Believe what you want.
And I'm saying a lot of people read into that, and that's their right to.
Absolutely.
And it may be wrong. It may be wrong, Bernie.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, we right now are in a tinderbox. And sooner or later, it's going to break open, like the hanging black people, like the monkey comments.
Wait. Hold on. Let's talk about who said hanging black people.
One of the posts on a different. It wasn't on your feed. It was on a different feed.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No, I'm not. Hey,
not me.
I'm not saying it was on the Bernie Thompson feed.
Because I'll stand against those guys in a minute.
And those guys, those people.
And James Finch, listen, James Finch talking about monkeys flying out of his ass. That ain't racist at all, man. I wish you'd have been in the courtroom and seen what those motherfuckers tried to do to him. You know the one. I'll tell you what, man. It was quite something. I didn't know James Finch. I thought he was a mobster. I thought he was a crook, man. I was told by Tommy Ford's people, number 2 and number 3, that he was a mobster. For 5 years, they told me that, Tony, and I believed it, and it wasn't true.
Well, that I can respect, because you never know what somebody is feeding you. But at the same time, Bernie, you can't. I think as a man, as a military, a prior service guy, you realize that on any given day, The only guy that you can really depend on is the guy in the foxhole next to you. And then when the bullets are flying, there is no black and white. There's only the guy that's got your back. The only person there is the guy that's looking over you, watching you just like you watch him. And these guys that you watching over right now, Bernie, they wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. And you know this. You got plenty of experience watching these same people turn on each other. If they turn on each other, what do you think they'll do for you? They use you. They use your proximity.
Tony, the only people turning on each other right now are Chris Forehand, Vicky Gaynor, and Ricky Ramey. Those are the only people turning on each other.
And Bernie, that's a fight that you fighting. Is not going to go away. This Ricky Ramey issue. I'm not saying what Ricky did was right. I think everybody should be held accountable. But at the same time, you are letting their personal issues taint the way you do reporting.
No, I don't what personal issue? I don't know what you're talking about.
Bernie, now you're not as dumb as you play. Now you got a good act, bro. I love it. You got a perfect act.
Tony, I'm the only one not doing theater and acting. You're going on these little tiny shows saying crazy stuff, man.
What was crazy that I went on there and said?
Well, I mean, they're talking about this kid says I talked shit about Jesse's family. I never, ever did that. This guy makes shit up in his head, and then he acts like a tough guy. You think Ron Keel's going to knock my teeth out?
That, but what I did say was that Jody Moore did. There's video evidence of it. What I did say was that's wrong to go after a man's family. Now, all the people you've heard me have it out with, Bernie, you've never heard me go after a man's wife. You never heard me go after a woman's husband. You never heard me go after somebody's kids.
You just did it today, Tony. You just said something about Lee, a fellow veteran who's having a hell of a hard time. You just did it today, Tony.
See, there you go, Bernie. You always, not always. I take that back. I stand corrected now. You taking the point of view of Margot. Now, what I said was, here you are fighting for your life, and you still want to spew and spread hate and division. Now, you can call it anything you want to, Bernie, but that is exactly what he's doing.
I've never said that about Jesse's wife. I would never say that.
Do I blame him for standing up for his wife? No. That's what a man does. Yeah. But don't use your position to try to throw shade, and then when somebody calls you out for it, then all of a sudden you get mad.
But the point is, Tony, you just said you don't talk about other people's spouses. You know what I said about Jesse, and I stand by it. I said that psychological torture test he did on little weakling Jamie Warwick, who's a little weakling. The torture test he did when he kept beating on him, I said that Jamie was acting like a battered wife, and he was. And I said, I can only imagine how Jesse treats people. Could you imagine being married to Jesse? I mean, my goodness, this guy didn't let it go. I was standing up for anybody in a relationship with Jesse.
And that guy you had on there, y'all went overboard with that with Jesse's wife.
We didn't say anything bad about the wife. We said Jesse's an abuser.
You want me to repost that?
Yes, I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Jesse's an abuser. I would never say anything about somebody's wife. You did today. I never would. I said I can imagine how Jesse treats people.
You said specifically about his wife and that other bald head guy that was.
That's J.C. Hall. That's the great J.C. Hall. He said a lot more than I said. I didn't say it, but
okay. Now
he has
you
a right.
Talking about me not responding to Ron Keel. Did you stop him?
He didn't. No, he didn't say anything bad about her. He said Jesse is a psychological abuser. I think he made a point that maybe she abuses him. That was funny, but that wasn't talking bad about his wife. I never would. In fact, y'all keep bringing stuff up that I never did, and you're making things up to get mad at me about.
I didn't make that up. That video you and him did. I did not make that up.
You're making up that I talked bad about his wife, and I did not, and Bernie, I would not.
According to your own words, now let's run that back. According to your own words, and Bernie, what I called you about, and wanted to go live with you is about making things better. If you say you about what you say you about, let's do it.
Well,
I offer you this now. Bernie. Let's call a truce. And when I say a truce, I mean refrain from posting inflammatory things that we know are not true. Me, you, anybody else. That's got the platforms to do this. I said, let's call a truce.
No, there's no. I don't have a war. I know. I don't have a war with any people, Tony. I don't have a truce to have. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about Ron Keel. You guys are talking about me. But I'm going to continue to do what I always do, and that is call out what I believe is government corruption. I have no truce. Y'all can keep doing what you're doing, and I want you to.
If you want to talk about that, then okay, let's give an honest review to what happened in Lynn Haven under Margot Anderson. Let's call out. Let's talk about the honest to God truth. What's going on in Panama City right now?
Yep. There we go.
And these are the same people.
That's right, and I stand up against them as well, Tony.
Bernie, I'm not saying that you don't. I would never say that because you do. But what I'm saying is, Bernie, this is all getting spun into the ground, and this is taking on a personal.
Not for me.
A personal beef.
Not for me. I don't. All I say is.
You fan the flames by the people you have on and what they
say. No, man.
Look,
I hang around who I want to hang around. I do what I want to do, Tone. You guys can draw your own conclusions, man. But I don't talk bad about you. As a matter of fact, I've only talked good about you.
I have now. See, when you come to it, you said something, and then what happened was on your feed, the Bernie Thompson Show feed, you posted out there, Tony's a badass Marine trained, da-da-da-da-da. Then what happens? You allow them same jokers to get on your feed and talk about he should be looked at because his weapons training and he could do this and maybe he shouldn't do it. Yeah, I run on weapons.
Hey, you saw what I said to him, didn't you?
Yeah.
But what I tell him? I said Tony's trained and Tony's not dangerous to anybody who's a good person. And I saluted you, didn't I?
You did.
But that's not what you guys say about me. You guys are going to keep talking about me, Tony.
On that show, Bernie, that's what he said. I couldn't comment on that because I don't know.
I heard you. Somebody told me you called me a scumbag or something on your post. Look, Tony, I want y'all to keep doing what you're doing. I'm serious, but I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Okay. I called you that again to offer an olive branch of peace. And let's make this thing better for everybody.
Tony, I'm already peaceful. I already do nothing but salute you, but I'm starting to have second thoughts about the way you talk about me over there and then the way you talk about me in person. That's different, man. That's weird.
What, again, Bernie, what did Tony Bostick say about you on that podcast? The answer is absolutely nothing. What did Ron Keel say? Ron Keel said what Ron Keel said. I could not applaud, deny, get mad at, or whatever, because I did not know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe you guys can do more shows together and get the word out, you know?
Get the word out. What word?
Whatever word you guys believe in, man.
Okay. Well, why don't me and you get together and do a show and get the word out?
Because I don't feel like it's in good faith, and I'm not going to do it, Tone.
It's not in good faith of what? Me or you?
I don't think it's in good faith, man. What I'm seeing, and first of all, let me just say, I have a philosophy, and the reason I don't talk about the people, and I rarely talk about, sometimes I have to. I rarely talk about non-elected officials, but sometimes I have to, is because I have a philosophy, Tony. I never picked on a little guy, only big people, and only big people who I think are bullies and thieves. And I'm just an ankle biter. I don't make much of a difference, but I don't talk about the people, man. But when I look at you though, and you're threatening women to tear their heads off, I mean, I'm thinking,
hold up, pump your brakes, there, partner. What you didn't, what I came on and said was, if you want some, come get some. Don't talk to a teenager, talk to an adult. Yeah. Now, what you didn't hear was, and see what happened last week when I posted that video of her approaching the black guy at the commission meeting, and everybody want to go radio silent. She had been doing that for the entire 3-hour meeting. She invited me outside. So I went outside. And guess what? She's the one that went and got the police and asked them to escort her to her car because she felt threatened. Because not only me, she did that to 3 or 4 other black people. One black lady had enough and was about to give her what she was looking for. Now all of a sudden, y'all try to flip the script. But here's the deal.
I don't flip scripts, man. I tried to get the public records for those videos, and the city said they don't exist. I was going to show the whole thing, man.
Exactly. They say they don't exist, or they can't get to them, or something. I can't remember. It's been 2 or 3 different requests from 2 or 3 different people. But the gist of it is, they say they don't have them. I don't know how true that is. Only thing I can tell you is that
I don't believe it.
The people that's made the request have all gotten a similar answer. Now, Jody Moore, one of yours. Now, when she is threatening people, when she's calling people out and say, "Go outside, meet me outside, meet me in the hallway," and somebody stands up to it, then it's us that's communicating the threat. No, that's Jody. She was the agitator in there.
All right.
Now, James Finch, he came and spoke, and not one time did James, and he sat through the meeting. Of course, you knew because you were there. Did you see James Finch threatening anybody in that
Yeah,
building?
look, I think Jody. I don't say what Jody says. I didn't take it as a threat. You know damn well she's not going to beat anybody up. I just think she's eager to talk to people and show people what she has, and I think you all know that. And I think you all accuse her of trying to start fights when she could never start a fight, and she wouldn't start a fight. Yeah, whatever,
Jody
man.
has produced exactly what evidence on anything she said.
Well,
None.
I'm not Jody,
She
man.
call people out and play victim.
Yeah, all right.
You can't throw rocks and live in a glass house, Bernie.
I mean, fair enough. But all I'm going to do is defend myself. I mean, I like what they do.
Yeah. You got to defend yourself. Now, that's no doubt. But at the same time, don't let people use your position for their proximity.
Yeah, I hear
And
you.
you do that sometime, Bernie. And you know what? If I see a bag full of snakes, just cause there's a lizard in there, to me it's all snakes. I'm not trying to distinguish between that one lizard in there amongst the other snakes.
Yeah, all right.
I'm not gonna take that chance.
I got you.
And so, you know, Bernie, for the platform you have, for the voice you have, I think you need to do a better job of being responsible for it. And when I say
That's
that, now,
fair.
Bernie, I mean
That's fair.
some of the people that come on your platform and say the things that they do. Now, with that being said, can you control what people say? No, you can't. Are you responsible for what they say? To a great extent, no. But when it's your platform, you can block, restrict, do whatever you want to do in order to keep people from doing that. Because eventually, this is going to boil over, and somebody is going to end up in trouble over this, and it's not worth it.
Well, it won't be. It won't be me. It won't be me because I care about people, and I'm only trying to do the right thing. So you know, I don't have any truths to draw, man. Huh?
But again, I think you do care, and I think that's part of the reason you do what you do. But at the same time, we all have to be accountable and responsible, man. And you got a platform that's big enough that you got to do better.
You know how I got this platform, Tone?
We all got to do better.
But
yeah.
The way I got this platform is over the course of about 15 years, telling the truth and getting fired and losing my livelihood and getting sued and being called all kinds of shit, but always doing what I think is right. That's how I got the platform, because people know I'm not performing. It's what I believe. And it's what I stand for, man.
I can go along with
it. And guess what? Pretty soon, you won't be mad at me. Somebody else will be mad at me, and somebody else will accuse me. Bernie's just saying this because he's being paid to say this.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just telling you the problem, y'all.
But wait. Bernie's Bernie. Bernie is not y'all.
Well, okay, well, the problem that you have, Bernie, is that when you go at somebody, it's fine and dandy. But when they come back at you, then they don't like you. Or
I don't even talk about it, Tone. I mean, I'm talking to you on the phone as well. I don't talk about any people on the show. I talk about public officials. Y'all can say what you want to say. I mean, I'm used to it.
But you just don't see nothing wrong with what you're doing and how you're doing it, though.
Hell no. I see everything right about it. I'm trying my best to tell the truth and stand up against power. And sometimes I look at Tony Bostick and I think Tony's working with the popo. Tony's working with the cops. What the hell is it?
Well, sometimes, Bernie, I do support them, and I do a lot of times, not just sometimes. I do support the police. I do support efforts that they're making. Do I call them out when they go rogue? Sure, I do. Just like over in Panama City with Mark Smith. That was just pure roguism over there.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, he's about to get it from me next week, and you'll see what I mean, and I think you'll be happy about it. But you know, Sheriff Ford sometimes is wrong. Chief Ramey is sometimes wrong, but it seems like you're working with them.
No, okay. Well, why does it seem like I'm working with them? Because I support them. I support you, Bernie, but me and you, the old people say tongue and teeth fall out. That's when you bite your damn tongue sometimes.
Right.
And so we can have a disagreement, or we can even agree to disagree.
I agree.
Without falling out.
I've always said that, Tone. I've never talked about you bad.
No, but again, in which it doesn't bother me, but I'm just saying, Bernie, right now, Bay County is a tinderbox. We don't need a whole lot of other craziness out there.
It's about to get worse. Wait till you see the other crimes they committed.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Let me, Tony. Let me just give you. I'm going to tell you something, man. And I haven't said this. And again, it's recorded. You can say it if you want to, but I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to show pretty soon that that Sheriff Tommy Ford and his people planted a gun on a 17-year-old black kid, and they prosecuted this kid. They do this shit all the time, Tony. And when I prove it, do I believe Tony and the community is going to stand up for the black kid who had a gun planted on him? Nope, I don't think so. I think that you guys will stand with the po-po, and that's bullshit.
I'm going to tell you like this, Bernie. Here it is, 100% from my mouth to God's ear. You provide that evidence, but you're on a reasonable doubt. So it ain't just one of those propositional things.
Of course.
I'll stand 10 toes down with you.
All right, well, we'll get there then. Tone, we'll get there.
It's about doing what's right, Bernie. It ain't about what I like or what I dislike. It's about doing what's right.
Tony,
do you think I like standing with Mike Johnson? My position with Mike Johnson was Mike Johnson didn't do that. There ain't a black man in Bay County that had that kind of authority or that position to get away with that much money, and nobody knew about it.
Hey, you know why they threw him under the bus? Because they had the complexion and the connections to get the protection.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
He took the fall for that, but I'll tell you what, the people who were doing that are the people that you're close to, man.
Let me tell you something. Sometimes, Bernie, the enemy is within.
I hope so. I hope that.
Sometimes the enemy is within, and that means sometimes it's the people that's closest to you. Sometimes it's your associates that you associate yourself with. It's the people you align yourself with. I don't deny that at all. But what I tell you is this, Bernie, which I think you know from past experiences. I stand on what I believe until somebody. How many times have I said this, Bernie? Prove me wrong, and I'll make the same apology just as vehemently as I did going after you. And so far, nobody has brought that kind of proof to say that Tony is wrong. That's the reason I choose the battles I'm in, because I know the war is much more important than the individual skirmishes.
Yeah, and look, man, and I disagree with you. Obviously, you disagree with me on this one. I've already told you I like being on your side a hell of a lot better than this, but I'm not going to question your. I'm not going to question your intentions or any of that. I mean, I'm not going to talk about you bad. I'm going to keep doing what I do, and everybody can do what they're going to do, but they're not going to slow me down. In fact, I'm about to ramp it up. I'm about to try to save some good people, Tony.
All I'm saying, Bernie, is that's a noble cause, and yeah, go for it. But in the meantime, I think they always say it's strength in numbers. I always say there's strength in truth.
For sure.
Because the numbers can be wrong. The numbers can be way wrong. But the truth will stand on its own. All by itself. It might make some people mad.
Yeah.
But it'll stand. And so that's what I caution you to, is stick to the truth, and let's get away from the emotion. And I even pledge to do that myself, because sometimes I do get emotionally involved.
Yeah, well, and that's something I've always said I liked about you.
That's just being human.
Look, look, I've said it before, man. I love that look in your eye. I love the passion. I respect the shit out of you.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
I do.
And I do you. That's the reason I called you. That's the reason I left that message. That's the reason I put out the Facebook to let's have a conversation. Because I do.
Well, I appreciate it, Tony, man. I look forward to this. It's a snapshot in time. I just want to help people. I really, really, really want to. What I just told you about, I really can't wait till this comes out. Because I think there's kids in prison, man, that don't belong there, Tony.
I believe that. I honestly do. There's a lot of people in prison that don't belong there.
That's right.
They got the short end of the stick.
Well, they need us to stick up for them, man. Not that we don't need to stick up for the power all the time,
Right. right? And see, Bernie, the thing is with people in positions of power, he who has the goal makes the rules. And sometimes we get caught up in that, and we don't get the benefit. Bernie Thompson don't get the benefit of making the rules. Tony Bostick don't get the benefit of making the rules, even though they may be right, even though they may be righteous. But the jokers with the money, they make the rules.
Yep.
And most of the time when they make the rules, it's to benefit them. It's not to benefit society or the community as a whole.
Yeah.
And I can't go with that, Bernie. But the one thing that I'm glad about is that I hadn't had a job in Bay County in, 18, so 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Since about 2010. 2010, 2012. Last job I held in Bay County. And then I worked for GCUC. And since then, I hadn't held another job in Bay County. So my incentive to play nice is not that you're going to call your buddies and tell them not to hire me because I'm not applying for a job.
Yeah, that's right. I can't.
Therefore, I don't have any. If you look out there, all these people that do these different things, these different nonprofits, nonprofit is a misnomer because most of the nonprofits getting money from somebody from somewhere. That's the reason you all see all of the nonprofit people ain't got a regular job. If it's a nonprofit and they ain't making money, how they eating and how they living? See, it's a bunch of crap. And nobody wants to call it out, Bernie. That's the kind of thing I stand on.
But I mean, so I mean, you're not down with nonprofits?
I'm down with nonprofits, but don't get out there and lie. It's kind of like church. Quit pimping religion in order to get what you want. Nonprofits are the same way. Do you know the head of any of these nonprofits out here? They all getting paid. You know it, and I know it, Bernie.
Oh yeah. I'm against them.
I think there's a need for them in certain aspects, but they have all turned out to be the same leeches that we sitting here talking about right now.
Yep, I think they're money laundering, Tony. I think a lot of that money we're talking about and arguing about is I think we're going to find out it's money laundering.
Now, Bernie, I happen to agree with that. Because you can't tell me that you getting, in particular, one nonprofit doing COVID right here in Bay County got over $11 million. Did absolutely nothing for the community.
That's right.
The CEO got a raise. The people that work there got a raise. They bought new toys.
But Tony, when I turn around and look, man, you're standing with those guys.
No, I'm not standing with those guys. Well, okay, Bernie, let me ask you a question. You say I'm standing with those guys. What do you mean by that?
Well, I think that Ricky Ramey was involved in a lot of that. I think Sheriff Ford was involved in a lot of that. I think Chris Forehand, I think Vicky, I think a lot of them were involved in a lot of that.
Well, and again, now all I need is somebody to put up some evidence, and I'll jump on the bandwagon. Now, the nonprofit that I'm talking about is Pancare.
Yeah,
they got over $11 million during the pandemic, and what did they do in the community?
That's right.
Nothing. Not a thing. And that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
you got other nonprofits out there. Think about it. All these nonprofits we got here supposed to be doing X, Y, Z, and every year we depend on those kids from the Christian colleges to come down here and repair people's homes in St. Andrews, Millville, and Glenwood.
Yep.
Where's all that money they getting?
Tony, I think the worst one of them all is the Gulf Coast Children's Advocacy Center. I think they're hurting kids rather than helping kids.
Too much about that. Matter of fact, who's in charge of that?
That's Jimmy Stanford's daughter, Lori Allen.
Oh, okay. I didn't know who was in charge of that. But again, now that is a prime example, Bernie. What can you, and when I say this, I'm not asking you for any definitive proof right now, but what can you point to that they have actually done in the community of Bay County for the betterment of the kids?
I think they're hurting.
Or even families.
I think they're hurting the kids and the families.
Mm-hmm. But who will call them out?
Me. And I'll be alone just like always, Tone. And then somebody will say I must be getting paid by somebody, but you'll always find me wherever my heart is and wherever I see people getting hurt is. That's where you're going to see me, man. And I'll be by my damn self, broke as shit.
It's good to know that, Bernie, but you cannot sacrifice
I can do whatever I want, Tone. I can do whatever I want, just like you.
I'm not going to sacrifice the greater good for some cheap imitation. I'm not going to do it.
I got you.
I could, but I'm not. And the best way to make an impact, Bernie, is to be on the side of right. That's the best way to make an impact.
Amen.
I don't care who you are. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what your personal beliefs are. Be on the side of right. You notice I cut back from certain people even within my community. Why? Because I didn't think they were on the side of right. And so far they've proven me to be that way, so I had to cut back from them.
Are you gonna run? Are you gonna run against them?
Oh yeah, I'm still in the race. I'm still in the race because I've tried to change it from the outside for far too long. For 35 years, Bernie, I've been trying to change it from the outside.
Yeah.
Trying to change from the inside.
Well, I'd like to see some disruption in there.
Oh, I got some disruption for them.
Oh, I know that.
I got plenty of disruption for them. But the problem is, you know what one of the problems is, Bernie? That the people out there that deserve the representation and they are suffering the most, they always support the people that's standing on their neck because they think they're doing the right thing. That is the craziest thing in the world, but they do it all the time.
But that's how I feel right now, Tony. That's how I feel right now. That the thing I hate most in the world is false hope. And when I think Jesse Nelson dishes out false hope, which is why I'm so hard on him. Mm-hmm. Look, man, to see the community come out as passionate as they were, man, I love that. I want more of it. But I think I get mad when I feel like they're being misled.
Well, again, Bernie, what's the best way to attack that? Put forth your evidence. And now I'm gonna tell you something that I'm guilty of, that you guilty of to a degree, but let emotion get involved in it. Strip away the emotion, strip away the friendships, strip away all the craziness around it, and look at straight facts. And then say what you're gonna say. Be prepared to defend your dissertation on whatever it is, whether it's green grass or pink rocks. It doesn't matter. Strip away all of the emotional attachment you got to it.
I agree.
Strip away all of the, I've been knowing him since we were high school buddies.
Who's that?
No. I'm just saying that's how we do things. But I've been knowing him since we were.
Oh, right.
Or I went to college with him, or da 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 da.
Yeah.
My family grew up with his family. Da 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 da. Strip all that away and look at straight facts. And sometimes it's shocking, Bernie.
I know that.
It may hurt your feelings sometimes because you didn't think that particular person would be that way.
I know that.
What did Mr. Spock say? He said, when you eliminate the impossible, whatever is left, however improbable, got to be the truth. And sometimes it's hard, Bernie. It's hard to swallow the truth that your friend is a dirtbag.
Yep.
It's hard to swallow the fact that the person that you stuck your neck out on the line for turn around and stab you in the back. That's hard. But that's just, that's the way people are, man, and it's hard. And that's the reason I have no emotional attachment to anybody and anything I do. Because I know at the drop of a hat, Bernie, a joke will turn on you.
Yep.
And guess what? You are the bad guy, and you left holding the bag.
Yep.
I'm not that way, bro. I'm like old Ronald Reagan. I trust but verify.
Yeah, I hear you, man, and I just want you to know. I'm not going to say I don't talk about the people. I don't want to do a show together. I just want to keep doing what I'm doing and hanging on. And I'm about to do some big stuff this week and expose some stuff. And it's just going to get harder for me, man. The more I show, but that's how it is.
If it's the truth, Bernie, don't worry about it. If what you're about to do is the truth, don't worry about it.
No.
If it's not the truth, be concerned.
Right. That's what I believe.
Not from a. Now, see, again, don't do what you do because that's what you believe. Do what you do because you can provide proof that this is just what you say it is.
Yeah, that's what we'll be doing.
That way, if you do that, can't nobody argue with it. They might argue with the fact that you did it, but they can't argue with the facts that it's true what you said.
They'll still argue, and they'll get paid to do it, and there'll be propaganda campaigns.
How do you raise $30 million or $34 million in 3.5 years, not buy a new fire truck, not build a new fire station, and not hire new people, and the $34 million is gone? How do you justify that? That's what happened with the fire surtax over in Panama City.
Yeah.
In 3.5 years, they raised $34 million. They had the fire truck, the last fire truck they bought. If you remember, Bernie, it was under the fiscal year budget prior to the fire surtax being instituted. Because when you order a new fire truck, it takes anywhere from 12 to 18 months for them to build it, customize it to your liking, and deliver it to you. That truck at $487,000 or $82,000 paid for in the previous year's budget.
And I'll be on their ass about it.
And that's by their own admission. These are things that you can go back and do a FOIA for the commission meeting records, and it's there.
Yep.
Now, people might argue that you did it because you didn't like the idea that they had the fire surtax to begin with.
Right, whatever. I don't care what people say.
The simple matter is they can't argue with the facts that they hadn't done nothing but lost $34 million in 3.5, 4 years. That they can't argue.
Right.
That's facts. You know, right now they're talking about the budget shortfall in Lynn Haven that's going to come due in another 2 or 3 years. Well, City of Panama City in the same boat.
Yeah.
1 week the doggone city clerk say that they're gonna be out of money at the end of the year. Next week, after somebody gets to her, she said, "Oh, we got plenty of money." The next week, "Oh, we got a little concern here." Now, either you got the money or you don't.
Right.
Make up your mind now. Make up my mind which I'm gonna believe.
Right. Right. Well, listen, Tone, I'm going to send you these pictures I took of you. There's 3 pictures, and they're incredible.
Okay.
And you can have them. They're yours. They're a gift. You can do whatever you want with them. I'm not going to say anything about it. They're yours, from me to you.
Okay.
And I appreciate our time together, and I'm sure we're going to go at it some more, and salute.
Bertie, if we do go at it, let's go at it from truth, and let's go at it because that's what we care about.
Amen.
Not because it pays a picture for nobody else.
Amen.
I'm with you on that, man.
All right.
I hope this ain't our last conversation.
No, Tony, it's not going to be, man. Not from my perspective.
Okay.
You down. All right, man. You be
All right,
well.
take care.
Salute.
All right.